as most of us know already in the boxing world, um, it's coming out that David Benavidez is willing to come down to 160 pounds to fight Jamal Charlo. Now, I touched on this just a little bit, but I also had to add some things, man. At this point, man, we don't even know if he's bluffing. You know, David is my guy too, but we don't even know if he's just talking or he's not sure the reason. But he doesn't seem like the guy that just runs his mouth. But then again, this is boxing. We never know. It genuinely looks like he wants to really get his hands on Jamal Charlo. For all of the stuff he started in the past, you know, knocking him out, breaking his neck. And I guess that set David Benavidez off, you know. But the reason I say we don't know yet, man, you know, if he's serious or not until we actually see a negotiation or something like that, then we'll know he's serious. But then it leaves to mind, will Jamal Charlo be serious? But I'll get to that later. I mean, I remember seeing pictures of David Benavidez. He always had issues with the weight. Like, he was a little heavy set kid, and I almost didn't recognize him. I didn't know who that was. Everybody was saying, "Oh, that's David Benavidez when he was a kid." I'm like, what? I'm like, that just looked nothing like David Benavidez. But if you look at him real good, it is. It's him. And I'm like, bro, he was a stubby, a fat, a really chubby kid. You know what I mean? And he was still trying to do good work in the gym too as well. But the reason I say I don't know what's going on, if he's really gonna do that, is because that's 160 pounds. He says he can make the weight, but bro, you have to really watch what you eat. You have to struggle, and you strain. You're draining yourself, man. That shit is dangerous, man. To even do something like that. And I know that's the thing. I give these fighters a lot of props, bro. Oh, most of them, man, because none of them are fighting. Most boxers, with the exception of maybe heavyweights, none of them are fighting. Like, well, they weigh in something else for the weight class, but then a lot of them go back to their walk around weight after they after they get off the scales. Sometimes some bouts have clauses in there where you only could get up to a certain amount of weight, which I hate stuff like that because that's terrible. Because, you know, say I'm naturally 160 and I get in the ring, I'm 100. Well, I'm naturally 160 and I'm fighting at 147 and I make the weight, but then I can't, rehydrate back up to 160 pounds or something. I got to keep it at 153 pounds. And I'm like, I think the IBF is one of the only ones that does that. And I'm like, bro, so that would mean if, you didn't make the initial weight, you made the initial weight, then you got to turn around and then after the fight night or whatever it is, then you got to see how heavy you are. And then that's too much, man. That's a lot on the boxer. That's why I give all of these guys respect when it comes to that, man. It takes a lot of work to even keep 5 pounds off you, let alone you walking around at 160, 165, and you got to drain all the way down to 135 or some shit. That's 30 pounds. That's 20 pounds, bro. And you got to do that every time you fight. And sometimes you fighting 3 times a year, twice a year. I think that's the reason a lot of these newer boxers, they don't have the same game bred in them, man, like the older fighters. Especially, that's why they don't fight as much as the older fighters, because they just can't handle making the weight. I guess that's one of the factors why, it's crazy. But that's the only thing that's leaving a question mark with me. Without a doubt, I know David Benavidez will fight him, but the question still remains: fight him where, at what weight? Realistically, that would be unrealistic for him to move down to 160. That's a bad move for him. But if he really want to get his hands and beat somebody the fuck up like that, man, it don't matter where you at. Somebody gonna come see you. They're gonna come see you. So maybe that's what we looking at here. Anyway, let me know what you think, man, about the situation. This dude is a Terminator, bro. Like David Benavidez, he just doesn't. He don't stop, man. Just like somebody, just like in the Terminator, and they pulled Kyle Reese into the interrogation room, and they asked him about the Terminator. It's just the same thing with David Benavidez. You question somebody, say, "Hey, man, so tell me a little bit about David Benavidez." He's a Terminator. He'll find you. He'll find him. That's what he does. That's all he does. You can't stop him. The dude just, man, it's like you hit a switch with him, and he just keeps coming, bro. Like the Energizer button, he keeps going. He's not gonna let off Jamal's neck until he fights him, man. That's what it is. That's Jamal's fault, man. If you didn't want to really fight this kid, though, you shouldn't have said what you said. So you're gonna have to fight him, bro. You're gonna have to either scrap it out with him at 168 catch weight or at 160. Your best bet would be 160 or maybe a catch weight. I think he still got a good chance of winning at 168, but I don't. I just think David Benavidez is he's if he's up there, he's gonna definitely. I think he's gonna edge him out. 160, Jamal Charlo will probably win that fight, But yeah, he's like a fucking Terminator, bro. He's not gonna let off the steam on Jamal, man, until he fights him first. So he finds him like Terminator. It's crazy. Anyway, let me know what you think. Drop a comment, like, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later on the next one. I'm off this.